Hey, so it is Wednesday. Wow, that happened. Um, so today's topic is about homosexuality and basically, coming out and making the choice to come out and tell your family or your friends or whatever. This is a topic that a lot of people have been wanting me to touch on, but today an article actually brought me attention to this topic even more. Um, a lot of people are scared to come out to their family and stuff like that, and to their friends because of fearing what their family will think about them. And you know, I think that you we all have to do what is best for us when it comes to that. I don't think that we should hide who we really are just to make other people happy. Um, so, uh, when I first came out, I was so nervous. Sorry, there's something on my computer. I was so nervous and I was so petrified because I wasn't sure, you know, what was going to happen if my family or friends were going to accept me, and I was plain just petrified. And when I came out, thank God, I had a very accepting and loving family that actually, they even said to me, well, you know, we already know that you're gay. And I was like, wait, what? So they already knew that I was gay, and I didn't even know how they knew, but they knew. I guess it was kind of obvious now that I think about it, but at the time I didn't really think that it was so obvious, but it was so obvious. So I'm very grateful and lucky that I had a family that supported me and loved me and accepted me for who I really am. Which brings me to this topic. Um, this this guy who is 33 from Pennsylvania, um, he came out to his father a few years ago, and he told his father that he was gay. Um, and then a couple days later, James gets this letter from his dad, and it's very heartbreaking and heart-wrenching because I don't really understand when your child comes out to you and says that they're gay or lesbian or whatever. I don't really fully understand how you can disown your own child. If I had children and my son or my daughter came out to me and said that they were gay or whatever, I would be like, you know what? That doesn't change you. It doesn't change how I feel about you. I love you. You're my child, and I will accept you no matter what. Yes, I would worry about their safety, um, seeing how our society and everything is so, against homosexuals, and the Bible tells me so, or the Bible told me so, or whatever. Um, I would be worried for their safety, but I would still accept them and I would never disown them. Which brings me to this letter. Um, the letter says, and I will quote, "You made your choice, but God did not intend for this unnatural lifestyle." So the father disowns his gay son in a heart-rending letter after he comes out. Um, and it goes on to say, It is probably one of the hardest things a gay man, oh, this isn't the letter yet, but it is probably one of the hardest things a gay man will ever have to do, and one has decided to share his heartbreaking experience with the world. This guy, James, put this out here for the world to see, his heartbreaking experience, and he's telling the world. And I think that that takes a lot of guts, and it's just amazing. But I feel really, really bad. Um, so James, 33, from Pennsylvania, he got a letter sent from his father 5 years ago on the internet on a messaging board. Shortly after he worked up the courage to come out to his father. James reveals he called his father to tell him the news in August 2007. He says, "I finally built up the courage to tell my father I was gay. The moment I said it, the phone got quiet and he got off the phone after a few okays." So basically, after that letter, or after that phone call, James gets an heartbreaking, heart-wrenching letter sent to him from his father 5 years ago, as he worked before, like when he worked up the courage to tell his father he was gay. James said, "I decided to give him time to process the news. About a week later, and not long before my birthday, I received the following letter." I will read you the letter. The letter starts off saying, "This is a difficult but necessary letter to write." It continues to say this: "I hope your telephone call was not to receive my blessing for the degrading of your lifestyle. I have fond memories of our times together, but that is all in the past. Don't expect any further conversations with me. No conversations at all. I will not come to visit, nor do I want you in my house. You made your choice, though wrong it may be. God did not intend for this unnatural lifestyle. If you choose not to attend my funeral, my friends and family will understand." It continues on to say, "Have a good birthday and a good life. No present exchanges will be accepted. Goodbye, forever, Dad." So what happened was James decided to publish the letter in the wake of the Chick-fil-A controversy, in which CEO, I think his name is Dan Cathy, said he was guilty as charged when asked if he was opposed against gay marriage, and that those who supported it evoked God's judgment. So I feel so horrible for this guy. I mean, he put this out here. I mean, there is a continuing and increasing thumping here in the States that the exercising of religion from the public sphere is somehow causing the tearing apart of families. While I understand that the experience I live through is an extreme and not the belief of the majority of religious households, my disowning is indeed proof the opposite is also true. That the repeating tenor of homosexuality is bringing God's judgment upon us also tears families apart. James goes on to talk about how he's never done drugs. He was an excellent student. He obeyed his family far less trouble than many of his classmates. He didn't drink alcohol until he was 22 because it terrified him, and he only got one speeding ticket in his life. James said he and his father still do not speak, and he continues to abide by his wishes and not have contact with him. And he also says that's not to say that I continue to be impacted by his decision, but every once in a while, silently telling him what I think of him is likely the closest I'll ever be able to getting closure. James also said that he realized he was gay way back in the 7th grade, but the fear of losing his father's support kept him from saying anything until he was 27 years old. So for those intervening years, he complicity laughed. He basically laughed at every anti-gay jokes his father made. Pushed aside comment after comment about my future wife, he says, and just carried on and pretended it was like a joke, and he would just laugh and stuff at the anti-gay jokes his father made. I just think it's a very sad situation, a very, very sad situation. Um, Love that is based on a set of conditions is to be met is not love at all, so nothing has been lost. Gays should be free to be themselves, okay, and find peace of mind and happiness as every other person has a right to. Like, every other person has a right. Gays have been with us since the beginning of time, and it's time to end the paranoia that's associated with it. Live and let fucking live. I mean, I just. It goes back to Christianity. Christianity is about love. Unfortunately, this father seems to have forgotten that, though. I can't imagine there'd be anything my son or daughter could ever do that would make me walk out of their lives. It's so sad. I would never. I mean, I'm not a religious person. I'm not. But for all of you that are, please remember, if you do live your life according to the Bible, it was not written by God or Jesus, for that matter. It was written by men looking to control. It was not, let me say it again, it was not written by God or Jesus. It was just written by a bunch of men looking to control. Okay? I mean, history is just that. History. It's gone. Past. Religion is the root of so many problems. Everyone has the right to live their life as they please, and as long as it's with a person of, consensual age, then what gives another person the right to judge them? I just I just don't think anybody has the right to judge anybody. If I ever had children, I would never, ever be like that. I mean, whether we believe or not in God, we have always been told the story of Adam and Eve. So for thousands of years, men and women were meant to be together, not man and man or woman and woman. I mean, I think homophobia is disgusting, and people can live their lives how they want. All the people saying it is wrong in the eyes of the Lord, what a load of fucking rubbish. I mean, believe what you want, but homosexuality is not wrong. I mean, if you want to go back to the Bible told me so, or what is actually in the Bible, I mean, well, look at all the other shit in the Bible that is completely fucking wrong. It's okay to beat people. It's okay to beat your wives and your family. Um, and I believe it does say in there that it's a sin if you have sex before marriage. Well, then fuck. I guess we're all going to be seeing each other in fucking hell if that's a sin and if homosexuality is a sin. But yet, it never said in the Bible that homosexuality is a sin. Just saying. Just saying. I really do think that I give all credit to this guy James for putting that out there and putting his story out there. That's incredible. I can only imagine how that would feel. I'm lucky to have a caring and loving family that supports me and supported me when I came out. And, thank God for that. I thank the higher power. I'm not spiritual or, religious, but, I think the higher whatever's up there that my family was cool with it and didn't care. All they cared about is whether or not I was happy, and if I was happy, that's what made them happy. So in conclusion, if you're dealing with this and you're thinking about coming out, um, but you're scared that your family will disown you and want nothing to do with you, like this guy's father did, um, it gets better. And I get emails almost every day, if not every other day, about people asking me, kids, I mean, teenagers, all ages, asking me what they should do, how they should bring it about to their families about coming out, and, um, this and that. And the best advice I can give you is, you'll know when it's right. And if your family disowned you for being who you are, then you know what? They don't deserve you because you should be you and always be you. Peace and love. I love you guys. And be proud of who you are because you matter. And I want you to know that. You matter. Be who you are. Never, never be somebody different or never hide your sexuality because you are worried about what other people are going to think. Because in the end, it is your life and you only get one life. One. So be who you are. If you're gay, bisexual, straight, transgendered, pansexual, whatever you are, be who you are. And that's really all I have to say. Peace and love. Bye.